All our people, the foot soldiers of financial liberation, and the message that we are putting across. This is a message from the next president of this country, Joseph Kabuleta, and from the Rock movement and every one of us. I just like to thank you so much for the work that we are doing, because the message that we are putting across to the people is reaching them, and it's being very well received across the country. And now we want every one of them to understand that we are the people who understand what the future of this country needs, and none of the other people involved in the race are looking beyond the victory. We are the ones who are looking beyond victory and giving people things which they can trust and judge us against when they vote for us and when we come into power. Financial liberation is one thing that everybody can respond with, because everybody has been squeezed financially, and that is largely because of bad leadership. Now, we want people to understand that with good leadership, it is possible for them to be liberated financially and to see a change in their lifestyle, in their livelihood, in their spending habits and things like that, and to have an easier life, because they were blessed to be born in a country gifted with all sorts of resources as Uganda. Now, what we are trying to put across is the fact that Uganda has been very friendly to foreigners. There are so many people who come in this country from different countries who are not citizens here, and they get a lot of privileges, and many of them become rich from this place, even those who came when they were destitute. So for so many people, Uganda has been a land of promise, but it has not been a land of promise for Ugandans, at least not in the last 35 years, because it has been a land where so many Ugandans have had their dreams shattered. Now, this is what we seek to change. We want Uganda to be a land of promise, first and foremost, for the people of this country, so that they can say, as custodians of this nation, people who are born here or who have belonged to this country, one way or another, we are going to be the first partakers of whatever it is that God has given this country before any people from outside come and partake of it. So we are not going to be the kind of nation that is a blessing to everybody else but its own citizens. Now, that's what we mean by financial liberation, using the resources that will be at our disposal in government to make people rich and build their lives using the resources that we have, agricultural resources especially, but also resources in minerals and all the other things that the Lord God has given us, oil, minerals, tourism potential, and so many of the other things that we have, or even business acumen, or even innovation, or even everything, so that anyone who has an idea, a plan, knows that they have a supportive government that is going to make sure that that plan comes to fruition, and where dreams will be nurtured and developed and built rather than killed, as has been the case. That's what we mean by financial liberation, so that nobody can say that the government that I voted in power stood in the way of my success. That is not going to be the case. Actually, it is going to be the propelling factor that will take you to the place of your success. And I want you to understand these things and explain them very well to the people out there, and tell them that there has been a disenabling environment, as it has been. So many people would have had ideas and plans and business ideas especially, that could have worked if they had had a more supportive government, but they are not liberated in that area. But now that's what we are talking about, financial liberation, making the wealth of this country belong to the people of this country. And we are the only ones giving that message to people. There is nobody else giving any message whatsoever apart from us. We are the ones telling people that we have tremendous opportunities. We are blessed to be in a place where, in spite of all the abuse that has happened in the past years, we can start afresh, and we have a lot of raw material to start with to build the new Uganda. We want Uganda to be the country that everyone will be proud of in just a few years from now, where all Ugandans will be proud to belong to Uganda. So that's what I'm telling you. Go and tell this message to different people. We are counting on you. Go and reach out to them, answer their questions, tell them what we can do. If you have any questions, you can send them through our different platforms, and they shall be answered, so that you can be able to answer the questions of the people wherever it is that you meet them, and convince them that this is what they need. They don't just need change, they need the right kind of change. They need the change where they will look back to these years, and these were the worst years of their lives. And because they will have stepped into something that is so much better. That's what we are looking for. Thank you. Make sure I get it to as many people as possible, register them, enlist them, make them a part of this movement. And we are very encouraged by some of the responses we are getting from other parts of the country, from northern Uganda, from West Nile, from the east, the northwest of, Toro and Bunyoro and so on, and even from, the west, Ankole and Chigezi. So, and we are building a momentum even here in the central, something that is starting out. So we are really encouraged by what we are seeing, and we have no doubt whatsoever that we are headed for the victory. And our campaign is going to be the winning campaign. Thank you so much.